welcome back to LHRPG, motherfuckers. Uh, Fantasy High, finishing up.
Yeah. Where did we leave off at?
The Hellmouth. When Gorthalax was telling you guys about the Hellmouth and everything.
The ice cream shop.
Yes. The infamous hour-long ice cream shop scene.
You know, the one that ruined your voice.
For like 3 days.
Yeah.
Shit.
I think.
So we
Dwayne
didn't have
started.
Dwayne here last time we went into this. So I would like some of your input on things that happened from the beginning of Fantasy High all the way up until you guys rescued Gorthalax. That's where we're at.
I done forgot everything.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Did you forget
You were
beating
talking
up
about
Blondie?
it on the last Rick and Morty episode.
You remember beating up Blondie?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that. You remember that?
Be very quiet.
Yes.
He's wanting to speak.
The reference works with the character he's playing for the next campaign.
He's hunting rabbits. Okay, so anyways, they figure out the Hellmouth thing, which kind of reveals, I guess, to the party that was the whole thing with the Cornus is someone was trying to open a Hellmouth inside the fairy because she was promised for heaven. And when her books got thrown out of her fucking hand, the page went into the cream corn vat, and that's how the ooze got created.
Yeah, but we still, at that point, hadn't figured out who
Who?
slipped her the paper or anything.
You remember how you found out who did it?
Oh, well, you rolled the dice.
I,
That's
No.
how you actually found out.
I remember who it was and how they did it. I just don't remember how we figured it out.
Okay, so basically,
I know I was very upset.
I know the next school day after the Black Pit, you guys were talking about Zane, and Zelda overheard you and told you where he lived. No, told you he hung out at the cemetery.
And
You went and
the-
talked to Sylvester, he told you where he lived.
Yeah.
You went to Zane's house, you found all that shit, and you found some papers, some receipts where Daybreak was paying his rent. So you went to check out one of you, I think it was Zandre, started stalking Daybreak.
Yeah, because me and Zarina were still working on the crystal with Riz and trying to figure out what happened to Zane.
And then you found Edgar.
Yep, and I adopted him.
And who was it? Who did Speak with Animals? We're filming, bub. You gotta go in there.
Here, I want.
You can show me later. We're filming.
Okay.
I'll
We're
cut
gonna
that
have
out.
to, yeah.
It was either me or Zarina, because Zarina was with me when I found him.
I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, I think it was Zarina.
Okay. Anyway, someone talked to him and found out that the dude that killed Zane was wearing sweatpants, a t-shirt, and a scarecrow mask, and he killed him with a big golden axe. Well, that the outfit leads him to investigate the coach, and I think it either Zandre or Tim ended up breaking into his van when he was off doing something and found the axe and the scarecrow mask.
Yeah, I think it was him.
So that pretty much said that Daybreak was guilty. And then what was the next battle, guys?
That was against Daybreak and his lackeys in the Blood Rush field, wasn't it?
Do you remember that battle? Would you like to discuss a few parts of that battle that were memorable for you?
If he doesn't mention the one thing I'm thinking of, I'm going to be very disappointed.
The only thing I remember is killing the coach.
How'd you kill him?
Shoot him in the area.
In the area? In the area.
Got him right in the junk and then point blank to the head.
Yeah, that kind of fucked
That
me
was
up
also
a little
when we got Rog.
bit. Yeah.
Because he was fighting with Daybreak, and then we kind of cornered him after we killed everybody else, including Daybreak. And then, while we were
I remember
interrogating them,
y'all had him tied up,
I was fucking with him so
interrogating,
bad.
and then every time, because the thing with Rog is he's holding back a lot of personal emotions, so every time he would
Powerful
start to have a
feelings.
breakthrough and start to open up, she would cast calm emotions on him and stifle his shit back down. And after about 4 times, I was like, all right, look, out of game, you're creating a very serious mental health problem for this kid.
The funny thing is every time, because he was, acting out Rog, and he'd start, and I'd be like, okay, yeah, now calm emotions. And he'd, okay, well, roll for it then. 19. Next time. Calm emotions. Can roll for it then. 18. The one time I got decent rolls.
Was the one time I needed you to fail.
I had a question for you regarding Fantasy Eye.
Okay.
When we was in the cemetery and the birds was acting all weird and funky, was that supposed to be a combat?
No.
Okay.
The birds were looking for the rat.
Okay, that was something I've been curious about ever since.
No, they were just looking for Edgar.
Ah,
They were sent to find the rat and bring him back.
well, him's was mine after that.
The birds and the cats both were looking for the
I
rat.
wish I could remember my dragon's name.
Yeah, I know. Too bad you don't have that character sheet anymore.
You know, makes me mad too. I'm gonna have to rewrite all my shit. I got some time though.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Anyway, so they had a big fight against Daybreak, Rog, and a skeletal Blood Rush team out on the field. And then I believe about halfway through, when Daybreak realized he was getting his ass kicked, he pulled out a nifty little crystal, didn't he? And what was in that crystal? You remember?
Wasn't it one of the missing girls?
No.
No?
No. It's on that poster.
It was the
It
owl
was
bear.
fucking owl bear.
I can't believe I almost forgot about
So
the
the
fucking
owl bears
bear.
had to take on a literal owl bear.
Yup.
It's great. But anyway, they end up winning that, of course, because they're fucking brutal, even at 14.
And 9.
And I believe, didn't you guys go back to Seacaster, man, after that?
Yeah.
That's when
Yeah.
you spent the night there.
We had dinner over at Zandre's. That's when I pissed off his dad.
and
That was
Bill,
the
Bill
night.
tried to do coke with you guys.
Yeah.
Actually, I did it.
Snuff powder.
I actually did it.
You
Yeah.
did?
Yeah, that's
he
right.
did
You did
some.
the snuff powder. I called Zandre the money and pissed Bill off.
You guys...
You bashed your head going into the guest house. And Serena's just sitting on my
You
shoulder
found all
like...
the pirate porn on Zandre's computer.
Right.
Army RT.
Gave him shit about the housekeeper.
Aye, that was a fine ass housekeeper. I'd have
I
hit
mean-
it too. Dwayne's like, no comment.
He's like, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. I don't know who may be watching.
Does my mom watch this show? If you're watching, say something to him. That way we know.
You know, every single one of our parents are watching this going, where did I go wrong?
Anyway, what happened after that?
I think we went to lunch, I think. At the restaurant, I think.
Oh, the mall.
Okay, it was a mall. Okay.
Yeah,
did the
we
mall.
had that fucking side quest at the
Because
mall.
he was supposed to be gone, we didn't want to continue
yeah.
with the main plot, and then he showed up anyways and was like, I'm still gonna play, but we did the side quest anyways.
Yeah, I had already prepared it. I didn't have anything else prepared.
Right.
So basically, there was this fucking evil wizard in the mall, and he ran this exotic petting zoo, and all these creatures got loose, and they had to go wrangle them up.
Didn't we let the giant spider go?
Mm-hmm. Yep. The drow in the video game store took him in. There were 2 drow in there.
They were like, just help us let him go, please. I was like, you know what? I feel for these people. They're outcasts like me.
Oh shit! That wasn't a very exciting session, really. It was just you guys chasing a bunch of creatures.
It was fun.
I didn't say it wasn't fun. It was just nothing really plot heavy. Really went.
What was
down.
that one thing we had to help it get its babies or something?
The Grick.
Yeah.
There was an adult and a baby, and they were separated.
I don't remember what all the creatures were. I know there was a Grick and the big red.
I don't remember
the giant
all
spider.
of them. I know the Grick, the spider. There was a shambling mound. An iron golem.
You mean a shambling mountain? You mean a fucking mind flayer from Stranger Things?
No, it was made of plants, not smoke. See, this is why I need my notes so I can flip through.
Right.
Let's see. If I can remember the combats, I can remember what happened in between. So there was the cafeteria, then the highway,
And the kids.
and then the dwarves, and then the pit, and then blood rush. Just
Didn't we have another one?
The final boss.
no.
I mean, before the final
the house party,
Oh, the one I missed.
ostentatious party.
No, I was there for the party.
Yeah, you didn't miss a combat game. Wait. Yeah, we gotta be missing something.
The party and then prom I missed.
No, because the battle at prom we did the last episode. So
That's
I'm
right.
guessing what we did there was we did the role play up to the party, did the role play up to the final
Oh, the
encounter.
jailbreak's
and
what I missed.
Yeah, that was leading up to the final encounter.
Yeah.
So it was the next one was the party. So let's
The water
see.
genasi, right?
Way more than just that. So after the bullshit goes down on the blood rush field a few days later, they get a text message on that burner with pictures of all their houses. And it says, think very carefully about your next decision. So they kind of went on a hiatus for a little bit after that.
And by then, there was no denying that we were the ones fucking up all their plans.
So they got kind of lay low for a bit until they get an invite to Ostentatious Wallace's birthday party. Fuck. So they go to the party, and she's got a 2-story house. There's a swimming pool out back. There's a barbecue patio. It's real nice, and they're having fun. And Penelope crashes the party with 4 cheerleaders. Each one is a different element genasi. And shit goes nuts. Basically, she's a fucking drunk whore. And
That one basic drunk white girl.
basically, she ends up sucking Ostentatia into a palimpsest. Which, of course, initiates combat. All the Genazis turn into full-blown elementals. And she has this little clock that she stole from Eggfort. She took Eggfort's pocket watch and froze time.
Now, did the Genazis just get, upgraded into elementals, or were they elementals in disguise the whole time?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to that.
Because I was confused about that.
Well, it all got explained after the combat.
Don't remember.
It's because you weren't paying attention.
Yeah.
So basically, they go through this big ass combat. I'm not gonna go too much into combat unless there's something like really cool that we just want to bring up. But basically, they end up they defeat the elementals. They defeat Penelope. They get the watch from her. The cops show up. So she's getting arrested. Her dad's freaking the fuck out.
Oh, it was an arcade battle.
Yeah, that was after the party, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
the
I
one you
missed.
missed.
So I was in the
Uh,
Ruby.
Yeah. So they get done with that, but the cops take the palimpsest. So fuck my chest. But another thing we forgot to mention, right before the shit at the Blood Rush field happened, you guys got a text from Riz.
Wasn't that when he texted and said that he? Oh, I thought we were discussing that.
I'm about to.
Oh. Your smoke's burning my eye, brother.
You're welcome.
You well?
Pause for dramatic effect.
You
So,
legit just spat on my hair.
you're welcome.
Nasty motherfucker.
I don't want to. You've done a lot of nasty shit.
Like what?
You don't want me to say it on camera.
Fuck off.
So, they get a text from Riz that says, sorry guys, don't think I can be the hacker anymore. Followed by a picture of him in a hospital bed, wrapped in bloody bandages. How'd that make us feel?
Should I demonstrate with the look that Annie had?
Sure. And at this point, him and Zandre were good friends, too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, we all, like, just dropped every fucking thing and rushed over there.
Yeah, went to check on him.
Like, you don't fuck with the party.
But, so yeah, the whole time he was in there, like, Zandre was keeping tabs on him, getting him new games and shit. Fucking, I think that's around the time Annie finally agreed to go on a real date with him.
She pitied him, and then she actually started liking him.
Which is what made what happened next really suck. So, basically, Riz gets back on board and tells him that he can crack the crystals, he just needs a bigger power source. And then they find out that they're opening a new arcade at the mall. And who was it? Abra's parents were actually commissioned to build a giant power source for the new arcade. So they were like, bang, bang, boom, let's do this shit. So they meet up with Riz at the arcade. And that is, who was it he was talking to? I want to say it was Zandre. Because that's who he was closest with. Basically let him into the fact that, hey, you know, we can suck girls into these, hook them into video games, and do whatever we want with them. Yeah. So they had a big combat with Riz.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Riz ended up sucking two of them into palimpsest during that fight, actually.
That was the weekend that I got stuck in Arkansas
Yeah.
on my way back
Who,
from Kentucky.
who got sucked into the game and who got you, and then Zandra got sucked into a palimpsest itself. Yeah.
How'd they get them out?
I broke out.
It was very, very difficult.
Yeah. It took me a while.
Very stressful.
So was
of
Riz
it.
like corrupted or?
I'm getting there.
Now I'm intrigued.
Yeah. Okay, Bryce. Be patient. So, all these nerdy ghosts start coming out to aid Riz in combat, so they have to fight off against them. There are certain games that are sentient, so if you fail a save when you pass them, you get sucked into the game, and you have to play the game to get out. Like, it was a whole bunch of shit. There's racing games, fighting games, Dance Dance Revolution type games, all kind of shit.
Street Fighter.
Like there's this one point, I think Annie got sucked into the first one, and no, it was him, and Penny was in there. So he was like, "Oh my God, I found you," and she goes, "Get ready to get some coins, or else you'll die," and runs off and starts grabbing little Mario type digital coins.
What?
Yeah. So he had to beat her high score on collecting coins to get out of the game.
So she was just a computer
Mm-hmm.
program.
The real her was still in the crystal. But that's how the games work. So they beat
Collect
that.
coins or you're gonna die.
They subdue Riz, and I think Zarina read his mind. And they found out that his memory of his big evil plan of getting all these girls to make these NC-17 games was a false memory that was implanted there by Penelope. So yes, he was corrupted. She's like, I knew better than that. I know him.
Right.
But
So
yeah,
how'd they
she
fix-
basically brainwashed him into thinking he was a bad guy.
So how'd they fix it?
Same way. You can remove a false memory just as easily as actually probably easier than implanting one.
Okay.
But right after that, they come out of the arcade. Oh, they got a bunch of cool ass merch out of the fucking claw machine. They smashed the claw machine to get all the prizes.
Damn.
No, I think I just did that.
There's a sword that lets you teleport. There's a skateboard that lets you dash as a bonus action.
Yeah, I think I got that.
A bracelet that gave you extra armor class.
Why
all kinda
did
cool
you
shit.
need the skateboard? You have a whole ass motorcycle.
There's headphones that make you immune to audio attacks.
Ooh.
Pretty dope. And they give you advantage on concentration checks. So it's pretty cool. They get all that shit, and as they're walking out is when the fucking Elmville PD and FBI and all them fucking swarm them. And what was her Agent Waller? I want to say Angela Worrell. Angela Worrell. And she was a bitch. Like, she was just a straight up bitch. She comes up, names them all off, and then goes, "You're all under arrest for the murder of Johnny Spells." And they're all just like, "What?" So
See, that's when he should have stepped up, since he's the biggest, and
I tried
gone,
running.
fuck you, we're the Goonies.
yeah, he tried to run.
Yeah. I got tased.
But so basically they start listing off all this shit you guys have done. They've got you on camera in broad daylight killing Johnny and his gang. They've got you going into a factory
Murdering children.
where there was children and leaving and there's no children. They've got you on camera killing the coach. Like
Okay, but
all
all
this
that's on
shit.
camera. It should have also been on camera that them motherfuckers attacked first.
It is. And they brought that up, and you know what the agent said?
What?
"Oh, I'm sorry. Because that's how the law works, right?"
They're trying to destroy the world, but laws!
Pretty much.
Are you recording?
Yes.
Where's the use bottle? Thank you.
What?
Where's the bottle that was on the table?
In that bowl by the sink.
So, they all get arrested. Zadre called his dad to come and bail him out.
Of course. The money.
So Bill is like already kind of upset with Zandre at this point because Zandre has so far for the past few weeks every day been expressing distaste in how his father behaves. Like he's doing the coke and shit. He's like, hey. And then he brought that banker guy over and was talking deals with him, and he's like acting like Bill. And he's like, like he's embarrassed of him or some shit. So he's already upset with him. Hell,
Yes.
before I get to this, go back on the lawyer thing. There's this point where he's sitting there and he's talking to the lawyer, and I forget what he said, but he did something crazy. He said something crazy, Bill Seacaster. And Andre does his little thing that his player does. And Bill just looks at him and goes, "You ashamed of me, boy?" And he goes, "No." And he goes, "Why do you sigh like that?" And he goes, he just wouldn't say nothing. So Bill, being Bill, draws his saber, puts it to the lawyer's throat, and says, "Would it shame you to have this man as your father?" Just goes the fuck off. Like in his fifis, right? So him and Andre are kind of on edge at this point. And he calls him saying they're in jail. And he goes, "Have you tried to escape?" And they hadn't. But Andre goes, "Yeah." He's like, "All right then." So the next day he comes.
It's like, if you didn't try to break the rules to get out, I'm not going to come help.
So he comes in the next day, and him and Andre end up actually getting in a fucking fight.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Because he's sitting there yelling at him, and Andre was just taking it, because that's dad, which was pissing Bill off. Because he's sitting there, he's like, "I told you, you don't need to be friends. There's a big difference between you and I, and that is the fact that I would never let any man speak to me the way that I'm speaking to you right now." And he shoved him. So Marcus swung on him and dropped him. So Bill's knocked out for a few seconds. Andre didn't swing again. He put him down and he backed the fuck up. So, after he woke up, he left. Didn't bail him out, nothing. Just went home. So a few weeks go by. Yeah. They were in there for a minute. And who do they hear coming down the hallway but Bud Cubby?
The fucking mailman.
And he's sitting there and I think Doyen saw him first. And he's like, "Oh, hey, it's you kids." He's like, "You remember us?" He goes, "Yeah, I remember you." And he's like, "Look, man, they got us in here on some bogus BS." And fucking Bud just looks over his shoulder and leans into Doyen and he goes, "All right, look, you ain't got to explain nothing, okay? The Hell Cycle done told us everything." He pulls a fucking Molotov cocktail already lit out of his mailbag. It goes, "Anarchy!" and smashes it, and all his little halfling buddies zip line down and just fucking start laying waste in the police station to get them out.
Holy shit.
It was great. That was their grand escape.
I have a question. While all this is going on, and I'm asking because I don't remember because it's been a while. Was it ever explained who and how me and Gorthalak trapped me and Gorthalax again?
Penelope.
How did she get me? Like, I'm assuming she did the same thing that Eggford did originally with Gorthalak.
I'm not sure on the specifics because it happened off screen, as they would say.
Yeah.
We'll figure something out. But as of right now, with it happening off screen, the only thing that matters is that it happened.
Well, the reason why I asked because I thought it, might be useful information. That way, if we needed to do something similar in the future, because I'd been through it, I'd know how and could help the group.
Well, for sure, but we got to figure it out.
Right.
I've been putting all my energy into other games since then.
Yeah. It's been a minute.
Fucking chest hurts bad.
Quit coughing.
It's not the coughing that's hurting me.
It's
Quit
the
smoking.
gagging.
It's not that.
It's the gag.
No, that's like an anesthetic. Takes away the feeling.
What's hurting it?
It's been hurting nonstop for a week. I've told you this multiple times.
Well, you breeze through the pain so easy, it's easy to forget.
It's because I'm a badass. Anyways,
He walks in.
with chest pain.
We're
We're talking about the ER. He walks in to the ER, complaining about a possible stroke.
Surprise, motherfucker. Might die, motherfucker.
In my left breast, motherfucker. Anyway, motherfucker. So they get broke out of there, and then they go to the school, like, immediately.
Yeah, we stole the mail truck.
What about
And
the houses?
that's coming up.
Okay.
They were in the school when they got that message. So they start digging around the school trying to figure out, exactly who the fuck is behind this shit. And what was it? The book, Watches and Wards, was talking about, hand me that yellow box thing right there next to Batman on the windowsill.
While he grabs that, I thought it would be pretty cool to show the viewers your concept art.
I mean, they saw it was the thumbnail for the last one. Yeah.
I'd like to separate each individual character
Like we did on the last video.
and make individual concept art for each one.
Yeah. Do you not remember the inserts I put in?
Yeah, I'm talking about I want to make concept art.
With the Jimmy's bottle.
Yeah, you take care of that real quick. Junior's bottle.
I don't know what he needs help with, Jimmy.
Probably making it, genius.
I'm sorry. I think it was that one right there.
There they are.
What is this?
Notes. So, found my handouts that I had laminated. So, this, I believe, is the first thing I found. Federal Diversity Initiative and payroll paper. So, this here basically is a list of, there, that light is not helping. It's basically a list of all the faculty at the school along with their race for diversity initiative reasons. And then the payroll basically has each faculty member, their race, and how much they gross in pay. So they realize a discrepancy on here. For one, there is one extra person on here that is not on the payroll. And there's no name given, but the race just says non-humanoid. That's all it says. What is this? Is the prophecy. This is the finding spell. There's a map of Elmville. Okay, this is Watches and Wards. So, they got that book, and then I believe someone had checked out Eggfort's autobiography from the library, and there was a passage in there about prophecies where he says, "Chuck them in the bin."
So,
They think to go and check the trash bin in Eggfort's office.
Complete misunderstanding. No one needed help with his bottle. You know what she asked her brother for? Tea. She asked him to get her some more tea, and he came in and asked for help with Junior's bottle. So, and then he's like, "Why do you need tea for his bottle?" said, so you don't need him a bottle or nothing? No, I'm already feeding him. Like, well, damn. Yeah, apparently Bert got him to sleep. I came in and woke him up. She was loud. So he was like, he's yours now. I'm taking a shower.
Where's he at?
Good play.
No, well, here, sit down. I'm gonna have you read off some of these handouts.
Okay, while I do that, can you give me some tea?
No, you got a Faygo.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
Oh my god.
I made sure all three of us had a Juggalo juice for the show.
Thank you.
You're
Okay.
welcome. Now, this is Watches and Wards. This is the book that she's going to read this passage from. Okay? This is one of the handouts.
Alright,
Why
so
is there waffle on
that is obviously a different language.
What's what?
All that.
It's where we had marked on the map where I was showing you guys where stuff was.
Alright, are we ready?
Yep.
You're
Remember
reading.
to speak up.
You're reading the first few pages of Watches and Wards. Examining the spell with Detect Magic, you can see a powerful abjuration preventing Calvaxus from ever touching the book or asking someone to remove the book for him. As long as this...
Sorry. Go ahead.
If you could just hold off till after the show
Try
to
it.
die, that'd be great.
Okay.
As long as this book is kept in the restricted section of the library, no summonings or harmful conjurations can occur on school grounds. Only Arthur Eggfort or the Elven Oracle are physically capable of removing the book from the restricted section of the library. All others would be knocked unconscious on their first attempt.
And who removed the book from the library, sister?
The Elven Oracle, of course, me. Which I am very upset at myself for not picking up on that the first time I read this.
Right.
Or the fact that, you know, Calvaxus can't touch it or ask anyone else to remove it. But, you know, also sitting and thinking, if it weren't for me, Calvaxus wouldn't have been unleashed.
It was a long part because I had all these handed out and no one got it at first. So I looked at them and I was like, I had them read a specific line. Okay? With Detect Magic, you can see a powerful abjuration preventing Calvaxus from ever touching the book. And they're like, okay. And then I was like, give me an intelligence check. And they passed. So I was like, okay, flashback, memory, first day of school. Okay? Fucking Bex is in the hallway being paddled by Golden Horde, who looks at Zandre and says, would you mind taking the book back to Principal Eckford's office for me? Never once touched it.
Let me guess, Annie's face looked like this.
Yes, exactly.
When you spend enough time with someone and play with them enough, you kind of know them.
Then, so they read that, and then they saw that line in Eggfort's book about checking the prophecy in the bin, which makes someone think to check the trash can in his office. And what do they find in the trash can but this? Are we ready? I invoke the 9 winds. I invoke the 13 sigils. I invoke the 69 glyphs of binding. Calvaxus, in defeat, your opponents have elected to show you mercy, that you might learn from the error of your ways. To that end, I bind you. You will repay the land you have wronged by serving to restore its future. Thus shall your task be to steward all the generations of Solace's heroes yet to come. I lay this quest upon you that you will remain by my side as long as I live. You shall relinquish your mighty form, such that you may walk among the two-legged folk as one of us. You shall be parted from your treasure, never to hold wealth again. And you shall never kill another Silesian as long as this binding stands. Oh, and one more thing. You have to make sure that I always have tea on hand. Mix it up too. I get bored if I always drink the same type of tea. Surprise me. I'll drink anything you give me. Literally, I'm not picky. Karam Kajam, I bind you.
If I'm not mistaken, the tea is how he.
Poisoned egg for
Yeah.
it.
Because he drinks anything.
And then there was one more thing you guys found. Do you remember what that was?
Where was it?
It was in the drawer in Golden Horde's office.
When they went back to the school?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't there that session.
Do you remember what it was?
Nope.
It was this.
It's Doyen's turn to read, isn't it?
You want to read this? This is the prophecy.
But
You know?
Alright.
thank you.
Are we ready?
Yep.
When Calvaxus once again
Go.
When Calvaxus once again beholds his glittering treasure, and 7 maidens once more are chained at the mouth of his lair, when war befalls the realm, and a king and queen are crowned anew in solace, then will the Emperor of the Red Waste be released from bondage. His destruction will know no bounds, the sun shall fall from the heavens, and the world as we know it shall perish forever. Okay, that makes so much more sense now. That's why they were petitioning to bring back prom king and queen, because even though it's not an actual monarchy, it still counts as a king and queen. So if we had just thwarted that petition, the whole thing would have been ruined.
Probably.
Hindsight.
How?
Because she's the shit.
She is.
You're not number 1, you're number 2, because you're the shit.
That's my joke. I've told her that 50,000
Are
times.
you the one I stole that from?
Probably.
I couldn't remember where I heard
All
that.
fucking time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like after all the fucking work I did to fix that, you're not touching it.
She made, I forget what she made, but I remember the first time I told her that she had made something and brought it to me to work. I was working at the Cut Mark for lunch.
Yeah.
And it's not like she stopped somewhere. No, she fucking cooked something and brought it to me at work. And I was like, oh, you're number 2. And she goes, I'm not number 1. I said, no, you're number 2 because you're the shit. All right, sexy beast.
Enjoy.
Mwah.
Enjoy your life.
All right. That was wifey. So, no. No. You have rollies.
I'm sorry, but the look on your face.
No, I went through a whole carton of cigarettes in 4 days. No.
What's your hand?
So, prophecy, binding spell, book. I guess we can pretty much guess who the bad guy is at this point.
Told y'all from day 1 I didn't like the motherfucker. Told y'all from day 1 he was a piece of shite.
You never said he was a bad guy, though.
Said I didn't like him and he gave me a bad vibe and no one listened to me.
Yeah, but they thought you meant like a Chomo vibe.
Doesn't matter what kind of vibe, it's a bad vibe. And in D&D, a bad vibe means they're probably a bad guy.
So, anyways, they get done reading all this. They finally put together who it is. And who comes over the loudspeaker but Golden Horde? And he says something along the lines of, I don't remember how I worded it exactly. It was something about,
Check your phones.
no, before that. How did it start off? Something about how they think they've got strength in numbers because they run together and shit.
Leave the cat alone. Yeah.
But when the chips are down, I have a feeling you'll make the selfish choice. And all their phones go off, and they're all getting videos of their houses being lit on fire. So, of course, they all fucking take the fuck off.
I have a question. Did they actually set Zarina's parents' house on fire even though she wasn't living with them?
Yeah,
And
they burnt all your fucking houses down.
but her parents were literally working for him, and
Don't matter.
she was not living there.
They knew it would get her to go back.
That's fair.
They don't give a fuck who's in their rankings. They give a fuck about who's going to ruin their plans. And Zarina was going to ruin their plans.
Especially since she was such a crucial part.
So,
You know, when you
Go
stop
take
and
care of
think
that.
about it, we all had big, huge roles in their plan.
oh yeah, I made sure of that.
And, like, we didn't even realize how important those roles were at the time.
Right, it wasn't until, like, times like now where we're sitting here talking about how everything went down and you're just like, wait a fucking minute.
Like, I just now realized, you know, like, okay, because I was the Elven Oracle, I'm the reason why he got loose. And, you know, it was after the game when Zarina's player was like, holy shit, you know, it's like, yeah. Big fucking plot points, and it's weird. I wish we could notice them as they're happening. I feel like
It's
we'd
always
appreciate
in
them more that way.
It's always in retrospect. No, I like it this way because now you can look back and then it dawns on you and it makes you appreciate it even more. Like, even though we're not playing it anymore, you're still like, man, that's cool.
Like he took the time to make sure that this happened because we did this.
That was when Zandre lost his eye and his dad.
His eye and his dad, damn.
Dude, I almost got to cry. Almost.
That's a big deal.
Almost. Because I told you they had that big ass falling out, right? Well, he fucking hightails it back to the fucking ship house, right? And Cathilda's holding them off of his mom. So he goes to check on his dad. And his dad is shackled to a bedpost, standing, right? With his sword, and there's a ton of dead cultists laying around him. He had shackled himself to the bedpost to keep from going down, so he could stay up and keep fucking fighting.
Pirates go down with their ship.
Badass, dude. So anyway, he gets up there, right, and on his way in, there's another fucking cultist, and basically him and Zandre go at it, and he ends up taking out Zandre's eye and getting away, right? Without going too much into detail, he fucking cuts his eye out and gets away. So he goes in there to check on Bill, and I almost got him to cry. Because he sits there and he looks at you, he looks at him, and he goes, I realized I was right. You're nothing like me. And he goes, and that's all I ever wanted. So I've seen the way your friends look at you. You don't command their fear. You command their respect. That's something I could have never accomplished at your age. Proud of you, son. And fucking this is like, and I was like, oh, right
See,
there.
I don't understand how big of a deal that is. The guy we're talking about is very stone, always calm and collected. Like, I've seen this man cry one time, and it was at a funeral.
The only
He does
emotion
not
other
let
than
emotion.
calm I've ever seen him express is anger.
And even then, he has to get to a certain point, usually. Like, when he
I
first
almost
started
got a
playing,
tear
he
out
had a
of it.
lot of outbursts because he was getting
Well, not
frustrated.
only because it's him, but you have no idea what that does to us as game masters. It makes us feel so fucking good when we see that emotional response because that proves to us that you're invested. That we made this fucking world and you're invested in something we made for you.
Well, I wanted to clarify for them how big of a deal it was that you had that kind of impact on him. Because we've talked a lot about how I've cried at scenes and Annie's cried at scenes and, you know, but for a player who is always calm, collected, stone faced, for you to be able to immerse them so much to where you bring them to that point where they are damn near crying. That is major.
Speaking of which, coming up will be the first time that anyone has actually seen Dorian here emotionally fuming at the table. It's the first legitimate emotional response I got out of him, too, coming up.
Ooh.
It was during the final combat.
Oh, with Penny?
I think I know.
I think you know, too.
Was it Penny?
No. No. It was during the battle.
The final battle?
Mm-hmm. So everybody takes care of their shit at their parents' house, and they get back to the fucking gym at the school. And the prom's going on. Golden Horde is there, chaperoning. And then Dane and Penelope are on stage about to be crowned. And Penelope has this glowing ruby around her neck.
Hello.
So basically, long story short, they smash the ruby, get her and her dad out. They get crowned. The bank that just opened shop next door plunges through the fucking wall of the gym with a bulldozer, dumping a bunch of fucking gold. And Golden Horde goes and turns into Calvaxis. Combat begins. So, let's see if we're thinking of the same thing. Would you like to explain what we're talking about?
Was it what talking about him killing his dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you pay attention? Did you remember that part?
Calvaxis was the one who got his dad, wasn't
Uh-huh.
it?
He was sitting there berating everybody, basically, just trying to put their spirits down.
Basically, like,
And he basically told
trying
him,
to
he's
get
like,
under
hey,
everyone's skin.
I ate your dad, and he was fucking delicious. And this kid just, I've never seen him more pissed off in my life.
I believe it was at that moment where, like, you could see the like, complete fury in his eyes. And it was scary because you could see how fucking pissed off he was. But in a calm voice, he's like, I'd like to rage.
What was great, too, is right before the arcade, one of the last RP scenes before the arcade, he had found a hidden room in his apartment.
That where he found his dad's gun,
His
right?
dad's gun in his office. That's how he found out his dad was a secret agent. And his
I
dad had
remember
made
that.
a little video for him. And that was his touching moment. He didn't tear up or nothing, but you could tell he was like... And it was the dopest shit ever, because it ended with, I love you, buddy. And he goes to turn off the camera. And as he turns it off, you can hear fucking Doyle and, like, mumbling under his breath. He's like, love you too, buddy. Like, he didn't want to say it, but he wanted his character to say it, you know?
What I love about Dorian here as a player is he gets invested in the role, but he also tries to play it off like he's not. So, like, he sits at the table all calm.
He wants
and
to get into
cool.
it like we do, but he doesn't want to look nerdy like we do.
Right. So he's like, so what do I find in this room? And he's like, well, you find a letter from your dad telling you how much he loves you. Like, this big emotional thing.
And he goes,
And he's just like,
cool.
that's awesome.
You turn around and you swear out of your peripheral, he's over here like, nope, I'm good. What's in the next one? So,
Meanwhile, the rest of us are over here like,
I believe Jawbone and Tracker joined in the combat. Tracker died.
which infuriated Zandre.
Oh, God.
Because he'd already lost his dad. He'd formed this romantic connection with Tracker, and now he'd lost her.
So,
And he'd lost two people he loved in almost as many days because of this fucking dragon.
no, in the same day.
Oh, it was the same
It
day.
was like less than an hour apart. It's fucked up.
He's on
Because
an
his
emotional
dad died
roll.
as he was leaving the house to go deal with Calvaxis.
Like, in his arm.
Yeah, he died in his arms. It was horrible. But he gave him his magic eye patch. He's like, you might want to get out of here, though, because this coat explodes when I die. It was great. But, any epic moments you guys would, talk about from that combat? I don't want to gloss over anything you guys want to bring up.
Honestly, I'm
Because
having
this
trouble
was
remembering
the
that
big
one.
fucking... Really?
It was so long ago,
The
and we
big
talked about
epic
so much
finale.
else leading up to it. My fucking brain's on everything we've already discussed.
Which one of you died?
It was. I was fixing to die. I think it was
Someone
Annie.
actually died. Was it
Annie,
Annie?
yeah, because she
Yes.
found whatever his name was.
So, yeah, Zarina died.
That's
Like, legit
right.
fucking died. And everyone was so upset. So, she goes to heaven, and they tell her that, was it Soul wanted to see her. So, she goes in Soul's office, and Soul's knocked out on the fucking floor. And Eggfort is standing on his desk, wearing his suit and his dress shirt, his tie, and no pants. Right, and you can tell he's like fucking coked out. Right, like been up for 3 days, coked out. You know what I mean? And he's like, "Ah, yes, there you are." Like he's so, and I was like, "What the?" She's like, "What the fuck?" It was fucking great. But anyway, he ends up basically telling her, he's like, "Do you have my pocket watch?" He's like, everyone's close to death at this point except Calvaxis. He's still fucking going, right? And he's still got breath
Fucking
weapon left.
tank energy.
And so he's like, all right. So he pulls out this magic gun. He's like, I'm going to shoot all these angels in the head. And she's like, what? He's like, we have to get out of here. She goes, why don't you just like crawl in my backpack or something? So he crawls in her fucking backpack. Grown dude just climbs up in there.
How? She's like this big.
He's magic. He just gets in there. He just gets in there. So he's like, all right, if you stall, I'm telling you, I'm just going to jump out and start shooting people in the head. So she has to run
Fucking
out of
terrorist.
heaven with Eggfort in her backpack. So, and they get out, and as they're falling, he's fucking getting his pants and shit back on. And they, boom, she's back in her body. She's up on the fucking floor, and Eggfort's there, and they're all like, woo, Dumbledore's back! And I'm like, that's not his name! So she tells Andre the fucking pocket watch, and he clicks it, and time freezes. Resets it, so they're all free to move around in frozen time.
Ain't that when I
For
shoved the ball up
12
the dragon's
hours.
butt?
Yes.
Yes.
And he's like,
I
well,
forgot about that.
he goes, well, what can we do now? I was like, well, you can't deal damage to it. And everyone's like, oh, but I was like, you can take a long rest.
That's how we all survived that battle.
This is the dopest fucking thing, I think, in that whole combat. Y'all got a long rest mid-dragon fight.
Come back, the dragon don't even know what happened, and we're all like, okay, let's do this.
Y'all
And because
fucked
of
them
that
up.
long rest, I got to switch my spells out, which helped out.
Y'all fucked them up.
That really did help, being able to take the long rest right in the middle, because since we'd already started the combat, I knew what spells I would need and what spells I could get rid of. That really come in handy.
Yeah. How many basketballs did you shove up his ass?
I think it was 2.
Yeah, the third one popped back out.
Yeah.
Like those videos of the ping pongs. Boom!
You still going to hell. Oh, shit. Let me move this a little because Dorian's face keeps getting cut off. Oh.
Might need to back it up a little bit, maybe.
Nah, we're good.
Alright.
So, anything else you guys can remember about the fight you want to bring up before we do the wrap-up from that campaign?
Didn't we end that battle in hell?
No. We did not. That was part of the wrap-up.
Okay.
But actually, only one of you was in hell at that point, and it wasn't you.
It was Zandre.
Zandre.
Yeah, because he got to see his dad.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
I liked that.
Anything besides that? Anything else?
Um, so.
Okay. Not even you castrating a dragon?
Holy shit! I did do that. Damn, it's been too long. I castrated a fucking dragon. I was so proud, and I can't believe I forgot that.
32 points of damage per night. It's great.
We got creative in that
So
campaign.
they murked this dragon, and then they had figured out where the girls were. His mom took off to get them. They show up. Boom, they're free. His girlfriend runs up and hugs up on him. They're reunited, lovey-dovey. Abra met her father for the first time because she was adopted. She met her biological father for the first time. He was actually part of the band that was playing prom. He was the drummer.
Shit.
So they reunited. That was pretty cool. Gorthalax asked you to tour with him in Hell during the summer.
Which I accepted.
Annie reunited with her parents. And then
Cheers all around, man.
so Gorthalax comes up to Zandre. He says, "Hey, you want to come see something?" And he takes him to Hell, and he leaves like a window type. You seen Little Nicky, like the little pools that the angels watch,
Yeah.
like in the floor of the gym, so y'all can see this shit. That's why y'all remember seeing it, but only Zandre was there. And Calvaxis is laying in Hell, and he's like, "Oh, things really didn't go my way." And then all you hear is, and fucking dead ass Bill Seacaster and his crew of zombie pirates start slicing and ripping this fucking dragon apart, right? And he can feel all this, and he's not dying.
Because he's already
It's
fucking dead.
It's horrible. And he's sitting there and he's like, "Alright, spread the wings. Pull on that tendon." Fire shoots out. He's like, "Alright." They spread it up. And he basically turns the dragon into a ship. And fucking Zandre's like, "Oh!" That was the reaction I was looking for. It was dope. And then, I believe at the very end, I have a thing in my campaigns where I leave at the very end. I like to say roll credits as if you're watching a movie or a TV show, right? So at the very end of it all, they were getting their cut from Calvax's board, and Eggfort was divvying it up, and he looks at him and he says, "So, the Nightmare King's crown seems to have been stolen from my office. What are you kids doing this summer?" Roll credits. And that's how we ended it.
I cannot wait for season 2. Sophomore year, let's go.
What did you think of the campaign overall?
It was good.
Oh, come on. You gotta have more opinion than that. You gotta, if you're gonna be on the show, you gotta open up and talk, man. You gotta have some personality. You're in the opening credits. You're officially part of the show. You have to add your opinion.
Come on, you got
Honest
mad
opinion.
the last time we did an episode without you.
Come on now.
What was you saying? I'm kind of tired.
I want your honest opinions on Fantasy Life. Other than it was good.
When he goes, it was great.
Shut the fuck up.
It's the same look you gave me when I got you in trouble with the milk. I see
What's
you.
up, Jade? Can I help you?
It was good.
He's gonna be everyone's favorite fucking character on this show.
He's the fucking strong
I
silent
like how
guy.
he just goes, "Yeah, it was good." And that's his whole fucking part of the script. Just every 20 minutes, just,
It was good.
yeah, that was good. Oh, shit.
It was very fun.
Like, what about it was fun?
Killing the dragon, finding out who my dad was, getting my girlfriend back, and mostly getting the bike.
The bike.
Yeah, the bike.
Yeah, that bike was badass. He'll be in season 2 when we do it. You'll be starting off with him this time. I think you guys got it to what, level 8, level 9?
Level 8.
Level 8. So yeah, you'll be starting about mid-level. That's pretty dope. You'll be tracking down, trying to stop the Nightmare King this go around. I've already got a mini for him. It doesn't look like the concept art that Dimension 20 has for him,
I
but
haven't
none
watched
of my
it.
minis do. Good, don't. Not until after we run it.
No, I'm talking about the first one. I haven't watched it.
Okay, you can watch the first one because we've already played it, but don't watch any of sophomore year yet because that's season 2. And yeah, if you're gonna watch Dimension 20, I prefer if you just stick to the first season of Fantasy High and Escape from the Bloodkeep, because there's a few other campaigns from there that I plan on running for you guys, and if you watch it, it's gonna spoil it.
Yeah, and if we try and watch sophomore year, he's gonna kick our asses.
Oh my god.
No.
Oh my god.
If you try to watch sophomore year, I'll just kick you out of the campaign and the
no.
group.
My nose.
It's rough.
I just burped and it went up my nose.
Oh shit!
I thought maybe Jade farted and that's why you did that.
Hey, now
Oh shit.
it's okay. I got him in trouble earlier.
Oh.
We went to the dollar store
She fucking snitched
to
on
get
me.
dinner and milk, right? He forgot the milk, and he also forgot the
Pop.
soda for his old lady. And we're sitting at the dinner table eating dinner. She's like, "Did you get the pot?" He's like, "No, I
"Fuck."
forgot."
And
I said,
he didn't get the fucking milk either.
he goes, "What the fuck, sister?" And Brittany's like, "Are you fucking serious?"
You see how she gets joy out of getting me in trouble?
No, it's just the look on your face. You was just like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Alright, so that pretty much wraps up Fantasy High. However, we still got some time. So
I was thinking we could talk a little bit about the campaign we got coming up.
well, I don't know much about it at this point. I haven't been able to sit down and read really.
Well, I was thinking, we could discuss, the characters we're wanting to play, what we're hoping to come up,
Alright, you start because you already have a character rolled.
Character roll for what?
Witchlight.
Oh.
Oh, you
We're
should
going to be
show your
doing
sign-up sheet.
Wild Beyond the Witchlight. I don't have access to it right now.
It's right on the other side of the game.
Well, shit. So. And then. The sign up sheet.
Oh, something fell out of it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I'll get it when I get up. I don't know what it is.
Oh. Oh, it's one of the things you're doing for the gathering, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So, tell them about your character for Witchlight, Dwayne.
I'm a little bunny person. Hop.
Is
What's
his
your
mini
name?
here?
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny.
Did you really name him Bugs Bunny?
He did.
That's fucking awesome.
I'm thinking about having an NPC that's kind of like his cousin named Roger Rabbit.
Hell yes.
He's got an Uncle Thumper. This is going to be fun.
Oh yeah.
And I also lose track of time very easily.
I'm late for a very important date.
I'm just gonna sneak up behind him and go, "Shh, I'm hunting rabbits."
Be very quiet. What are you thinking about Reddit?
Well, I already started working on my character sheet. I'm gonna be doing a fallen Asimar named Azrael Morningstar.
What kind of class is it?
Bard.
Bard.
I'm gonna do a whole ass playlist for my spells.
Fuck yeah, what's your instrument?
Guitar.
Nice. Nice.
I actually drew up some concept art.
Fuck yeah.
It should be right in here. Let's just appreciate the binder. Come
You
on.
can't see it.
There we go. I drew that.
Oh,
It's
let me
not
get by
done.
you right quick.
You guys go take him dookie.
No, I don't.
I'm just
I just
kidding.
need to grab something right quick to show off.
You always gotta show off.
Excuse
You
me.
feel better, dude?
Maybe.
That was sexy.
Hey.
That was amazing. So proud of you.
I've been practicing to have competition
There we go.
when she comes back. Competition.
So it's not finished, but this is my fallen Asimar. And yes,
Where's the wing?
she's blonde. They're skeletal shadow wings.
Oh,
Because
okay.
She's blind.
Blonde.
Oh.
With purple eyes. And I think you can pick up on the color scheme.
Pink and black.
Red. That's red.
It looks pink. Does that not look
It
pink?
does look pink.
That's because there wasn't a very good red color in that bag.
So, just so I can brag a
Show
little
that.
bit. Whoop whoop! I'm coming home, motherfuckers.
Okay, if you're showing your gathering tickets, then we have to show our Juggalo juice.
They done seen me drink mine a few times.
Here, pop yours up, Dwayne.
So,
Never actually tried this one before today.
yeah. I don't much care for it. It's too sweet.
So I'm not a big cotton candy person, but it's okay.
They didn't have any more fireworks, so.
Yeah, I gotta finish the wings and the background.
We can talk about some one shots. Let's do Bloodkeep.
Bloodkeep was
You
good.
want to talk about Bloodkeep? Escape from the Bloodkeep. Also, written by Brennan Lee Mulligan from Dimension 20. Again, hashtag not sponsored.
I'm going to make the fucking meme.
But yeah, go ahead, y'all. Sign up for Dropout so you can subscribe to Dimension 20. It's fucking amazing. Brennan Lee Mulligan is my all-time favorite fucking Dungeon Master so far.
I'm gonna make a fucking video edit of me looking at you going, so, are you sponsored? And it cuts to Brennan going, no! Swear
Yes.
to God, I'm doing it. Fucking TikTok, I swear
Oh
to God.
my god, that's so great. We have to do that now. So, tell me about your characters in Bloodkeep. Go in.
Wasn't I the Minotaur? Because I
Yes.
played 2 times.
Wait, you were the Minotaur or one Minotaur? Was he a Minotaur when you
Yeah.
played?
Yes,
yeah,
he
yeah.
was the Minotaur in our group.
You were the Beastmaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was the Minotaur, Annie was the Marilith, I was the Drider, Marcus was the Wraith, and Ray was
Fuckface
the
was-
human pirate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you had a pet manticore. What was his name?
I don't.
Great at remembering character
Jeremy.
names,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
terrible
yeah,
at
yeah.
remembering
He had
fucking
it was
pet
a.
names.
I remember because it was such a basic fucking
Yeah.
person name.
He always picks
Jeremy.
basic names.
He had a manticore named Jeremy.
Jeremy.
Fun fact, I remember now how we came up with that. I
How?
remember how we came up with that. Is because he couldn't come up with a name. And I was like, you just want me to give it the same name that he had his pet have in the playthrough online? He goes, sure. I was like, all right, Jeremy. Because, yeah, online it was Trap was the Beastmaster.
Oh my God.
And he had a Scream Beast, which is the homebrew creature that him and Brennan come up with.
Yeah.
So I had no way of getting the stats for it or getting the mini for it or anything. That's why I just substituted it with the mana for it. But it was this weird fucking thing. It was fucking Lovecraftian as fuck. It was pretty dope. And his name was Jeremy. If you watch the Dimension 20 Bloodkeep, you'll see. But, so, go ahead and give us a rundown on the plot for Bloodkeep.
So basically, we were all evil monstrous characters.
Mm-hmm.
except the pirate. He was a human, but the rest of us were monsters.
He was still evil.
Yeah, we were all evil. It was the first time our group had done a fully evil
Adventure.
Yeah, and so our leader, I guess you would say,
Yeah.
he
The Lord of Shadows.
was the Merilith's old man,
Mm-hmm.
and they were expecting a child. She was pregnant. Wasn't he killed?
No, his crown was stolen, which took away his physical form.
That's right. So we
So
had
he's just
to.
a big floating mouth.
Yeah, we had to do this quest against the good guys to get his crown back.
And what happened in the very first meeting in the game with him?
I tried to bite someone's head off on the way out. I know that.
I think you talk. Yeah, it was Yeah.
Zalnaj was talking to you guys. He says, "When I have my crown, all the peoples of Elda will turn to me and say, fuck, 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 fuck. No, 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 no. Ah, ah." And he just fucking fizzles out. Because the good guys had destroyed the crown. And therefore destroyed Zalnaj.
Yeah.
So the whole fucking thing was y'all trying to get this crown reforged so you could reconstitute the Lord of Shadows. Spoiler alert before we go any further, that's not what happened. But,
It's what's supposed to happen. That's not what happened.
who wants to take it away?
So I know at one point we had a combat mid-air on this flying pirate ship.
That was the second combat. There was only 3 combats that whole adventure. Would you
Really?
believe that? Yeah. Most of that time we were playing was fucking straight fucking social interactions.
Damn.
We had a
I
lot
had
of fun
like
with it though.
thousands of children,
Yeah.
and I was a drider. I was a female drider, and my spider half was a black widow. So I was constantly seducing people and then eating them. So I had like thousands of giant spider children and a few drider children.
And there was 3 of your kids that tagged along with you like constantly.
Yeah, one
Yeah,
almost
one of-
died.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one of them we
Jessa
were in a
almost
combat, and she was on our side helping us, and didn't they knock her unconscious?
No,
No,
trapped in
they tried to knock her down into the
Yeah.
abyss.
And I was like, "The fuck away from my kid!" Web pull bite.
Yeah, it was the 3 ones that came around was Jessa and Jason. They were twins, and then your youngest, which was Russell, came along.
My little boy.
He was like, "Hey, Mom, are we going to eat auto oats today?" He was so cute.
It was interesting because we'd go to talk about the combat and we'd be like, "What are the bad guys doing?" And he'd be, "Well, you're the bad guys. The good guys are doing this." We're like, "Oh yeah."
It reminds me of a line Amy had in the playthrough. She says, "In the name of friendship, and by that I mean the most evil form of it."
No, let me get that laugh right. You ready?
Yes. Shout out to Jimmy Carr, not sponsored.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Anything particular you remember from that adventure you want to talk about?
The thing that came out of the lava, I think it was.
Oh, the lava mod?
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing was boss. It's basically this giant fucking, like, they're bigger than full-size dragons, and they swim and live in lava. And they've got, like, these tentacles and shit. And he basically called it out of the lava to aid them in combat. Made things much easier for them.
I know we were at the second combat. We were on that ship, and this Trent was in it, and it kept rooting itself through.
What?
Ain't that the same thing where I attacked the person in the boat and just came all bigger than me?
Do what?
The person in the boat in the blood, I think it was. He was in the boat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I attacked him, and then.
No, he didn't turn into a Trent. The Trent is the big tree dude.
Oh, okay.
I know at one point they put a hole in the ship, and Ray was like, "I'll tell you what, I will fight this dude. Just try to fix my ship." So I was crawling on the side of the ship, trying to web patch this fucking hole, and I kept failing my rolls for the web. And then when they finally got the Trent out, the whole ship just fucking ripped in half because they had rooted so far through it. Everyone was falling, having to save themselves different ways.
She failed. She couldn't fix the ship.
Hey, I saved me and his life though.
Yeah, but fuck that ship.
I Spider-Man'd that shit.
But fuck that ship.
Fuck that shit.
Fuck that ship.
I'm better than that shit.
I don't know about all that. That was a pretty boss ass ship.
It was, dude. The flying pirate ship. Come on now. An evil flying pirate ship.
You know what?
So, oh, they didn't even use the fucking lava bog in the other group when I
They
read it. No, AJ
They did
didn't
not
even.
think of it?
AJ never thought to do it, and I established it at the beginning like I did for him, and AJ it never crossed his mind. And we got done with the battle, right? We had got done with it. They had killed all the good guys, and after it was officially over and they were moving on, is when he speaks up and goes, "Why didn't you call the lava mog?" I was like, I threw him an inspiration. I was like, I'm so proud of you. You could have said that the whole combat and you didn't. He's like, you should have called the lava mog. We could have been done in 2 minutes.
Well, how do you know? Because I fucking did it. Unlike you.
Oh.
Ow.
AJ was running a mind flare.
Did you really just smack yourself and
Yeah,
then
it keep me awake. Yeah.
AJ was running a mind flare.
Mind flare?
Yeah.
Damn.
Rob was the wraith. Yeah, and they murked fucking Toby from the Venguri to get his crown. It was horrible.
Tell them about his reaction on his second run through that when he heard the fucking eagles.
I'll let him. Here, we'll reenact it, okay? So I'll lead it, and then you just do exactly what you did, okay? Really?
I wasn't even there and I know.
So they're sitting there, and they're up, getting up on the ship as the fog is clearing, and in the distance they hear the fucking. He's like, fuck! He didn't cuss, he almost did.
Yeah.
And he's like, I forgot about that!
Yeah.
Oh, that you're like, let me clarify his mom. He didn't cuss.
Yeah, he went, fuck! He didn't cuss. He cut it off before the could hit.
How much time we got?
Plenty.
Alright.
After edits, plenty. I'd say at least another hour, just to be safe. He might end up crashing before. He might not be able to finish. But, no, they ended up reconstituting Zalmaj with the crown.
Like they were supposed to.
Like they were supposed to. However, so you remember the scene, as y'all were falling, and fucking Declan is falling next to, y'all's Kraztoon, and he's like, is it true? You betrayed the Dark Lord? And he's like, no! You remember that? That played out way differently in the other group. So, basically, because Rob was playing Kraztoon,
Oh my god.
and they had murked Toby. So they're falling as the ship gets ripped apart, right? Oh, and Chase was the pirate. And he was a dwarf wizard. Yeah. But they're all falling.
Chase let me go find a brothel at the beginning of
Right.
this adventure.
Right. So they're all falling. And fucking Declan's coming down, right? And he's like, "Is it true? You killed Toby?" And he goes, "Yeah, but his sacrifice will restore the Dark Lord." And he goes, "Can it, you hag?" And he's like, "You killed him." And he's like, "You were always his favorite, his first." And he's like, "Are you gonna do the crybaby shit? Because I'm not gonna listen to it."
Oh, you mean he didn't just sit back and go, "You're welcome."
And then all you hear is Declan going, "Oh."
Ow!
Your ear.
Yes.
Imagine how his face felt. That was the ground.
So, we were talking about our characters for Witchlight, right? Well, you know, as an Asmar, I get the healing hands thing. Since it's a spell-like ability, I've picked a song for it as well. And it's so fucking cliche.
What is it?
Do you remember the movie Tangled?
I never watched it.
Yep,
I've-
yep. Go ahead,
I've
walk
no
up the house.
interest
Yep,
in watching
yep.
it.
Wait.
Don't play it. Just
Not
tell me
playing the
what it
movie.
is. No, don't play nothing.
Oh,
Just tell me
come
what
on.
it is.
I'm gonna hear it during the game, anyways.
Okay, I'll hear it then. Just tell me what it
The
is.
healing incantation she uses to make her hair glow.
I don't know.
Exactly, that's why I was gonna play it, smartass.
I'll hear it during the game. I'd rather be a smart ass than a dumbass. Just saying.
I'm just a fat ass.
You said it, not me. Oh shit.
Ugh.
Hey, we could talk about that Cyberpunk game. You want to talk about that?
Is that my cue to exit?
No? It's all shit that's already happened. So what stuck out to you the most out of those 2 sessions we had?
Oh my god. Those people that ate other people. Those country bumpkins.
Cannibals?
The cannibals?
Yeah. They do a little too much.
He said they do too much.
Yeah, they were at a dairy.
It wasn't no dairy, it was people.
A Dairy Maine?
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Fucking damn it.
No, it was after they had been holed up for a while,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they were running out of food. And these 2 rednecks come up offering them food for gas. So they took them back to their dairy to feed them. And they found that they start thinking, wait a minute, this is a dairy. Where the fuck do they get meat from? And one of their buddies that was with them had got shot by a fucking bandit in the woods. So they, the redneck's mama took the dude in to nurse him. And they
Oh, no,
just
nursing
cut
him,
his
it was
shit
a-
off
he-
and
he was
started
eating
cooking
him.
him up, and he was dinner.
Ain't that when Chase peed on the
Oh.
couch?
I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
they shot their way out of there. They killed all of them.
So when are you wanting to do session 0?
Not until after this house is in order. I'm not even thinking about prepping a game until this house is in order. Like, I'm still gonna be filming every week and shit, but I'm not gonna be doing nothing other game related until we get the house done. So the quicker we get it
As in,
done,
like, all the,
everything
work and
cleaned
everything?
all the way through, and anything we can get fixed. I'm gonna talk to a guy at work about the electric work as soon as I can get some extra money to pay him. Cause right now we're broke as fuck.
I think my dad knows how to do all that.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
But I figured the next episode we'll talk about one of our Call of Cthulhu campaigns. We've got 2 campaigns we can break down
yeah.
and talk about.
When are we gonna be doing, the backtracking through the dungeon for the River Morty?
I have no idea. Again, not until after the house is at least cleaned all the way head to toe.
Shit. Trying to think of what else we can talk about for tonight.
Well, we got plenty. We barely touched on Bloodkeep. We barely touched on Cyberpunk.
Topic question. Your favorite tabletop RPG out of the ones we've played,
Call of Cthulhu.
and your favorite adventure / campaign from that.
That we've done.
Yes.
My favorite adventure from Call of Cthulhu that we've played so far, I would have to say
Apollo! Sorry.
Ladybug, Ladybug, Fly Away Home. Well, they had to rescue the little girl.
Apollo.
What's Apollo?
My pseudo dragon's name that we couldn't fucking remember.
Oh, yes.
Oh my god.
Fuck. You see? Just like how Thomas Sanders said, not sponsored.
Oh man, what was the name of that kids show? 3
3
weeks later.
weeks
Dragon
later.
Tales. Dragon Tales, everybody.
I was just like, the fuck? Had the same reaction we just had. What the fuck are you talking about? Tell you, it just comes back to you at the weirdest times.
Right?
Oh shit. But yeah, Ladybug, Ladybug, Fly Away Home, I think, is my favorite adventure that I've ran so far.
You're up, Dwayne. Your favorite game that we, out of the ones you've played, and your favorite adventure / campaign from that game.
So far, you have done 1 Call of Cthulhu, 2 Cyberpunk, and the rest is all D&D.
Fancy High.
D&D, Fantasy High.
Yeah.
For as much as that's his favorite, he sure as shit didn't have a lot to say, did he?
Right?
It's because he's sleepy. Him's a baby. See that? It's because he wanted to flip me off, but he knows his parents might watch this.
He's like,
He's like,
"Yeah."
I'm just fixing my hair. Oh, alright, let me hop up. I gotta grab a drink. I'll be right back. Y'all kick it till I get back.
Kick each other?
Sure.
But what was the name of that first campaign of Cthulhu we ran with Jane, where I played Jane?
I actually didn't have a name for that one. It was just Call of Cthulhu.
Because
I only named the second campaign so far.
yeah, because my answer to that would be Cthulhu and that particular campaign. I cannot hear you very well.
Ooh.
You saw that quick
Yeah, it's
reflex,
just
though.
Said, you have to pick an adventure from that campaign because that was not a single campaign. That was a series of one-shots that I strung together to form a campaign. I did that for both of our Cthulhu campaigns. I took a bunch of one-shots
and turned it into a
run them
campaign.
together with one single plot line.
Which one was the one where I pistol whipped old dude?
That was the first one.
What was the name of that?
There wasn't a name. Oh, the adventure? The Sanatorium.
That one, for sure.
That was the one with the fucking burning smoke monster.
Yeah. The chick who had her legs gone.
Yeah.
Poor 92-year-old war veteran.
Ow.
For like a week straight, he would not let me live that down, and he constantly emphasized, with a purple heart.
She just had to crack the motherfucker in the dome with a pistol.
I wasn't trying to cave his skull in.
You know old people are made out of breadsticks and jelly.
Oh, shit.
Oh, so you made of all that?
I'm not that old.
You're like
motherfucker.
52.
Fuck you, I'm not even 30 yet.
He's like, aren't you like 7 years older than me?
Will you see what she means? I can't
I
really.
think she said 1,000 before.
Technical difficulties. So, how you doing?
Oh my god. Nobody wants to see all that. Ugly.
Everybody wants to see that.
Ugh.
She needs a towel from the dryer.
I told you. Well, I told him.
I didn't hear you.
Oh my god. Y'all. Yeah, I said she needs a towel out the dryer. You said, and you said,
Yeah, obviously I didn't hear you. I'm deaf.
exactly. That's why you couldn't hear her. I got good ears because I'm old.
You're old.
Yeah. I'm
How,
old.
what are you, 47?
75.
75? Don't old people have bad hearing?
Wow. I'm lucky.
Oh, shit. So, he thought
Boing, 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 boing.
he thought it'd be a good idea in Bloodkeep to bitch slap the boatman.
Hey.
What happened?
I thought he was a bad guy.
You were the bad guy.
Well, the good guy. Got him. Anyway,
And what happened?
I almost died.
Why, though?
Because I slapped a person
And then?
who grew tall.
You're tall. So, I'm trying to get him to describe what happened when he decided to bitch slap the boatman.
You trying to get him to describe anything is like pulling
He
teeth.
said, I almost died. I said, why? He said, because I slapped the person. I said, and? He said, and he grew tall.
He grew tall.
He turned into a giant ass demon god thing.
Yeah, that thing was gonna go.
And he immediately went, I'm sorry.
What's that bad?
Oh, where is that? Hand me those 2 white big ass dice out of that. The dragon
What?
box.
Oh.
Just, yeah.
What time are you going to bed?
Probably when we're done.
So is she staying up with Zoe tonight?
No, I'm Zoe asleep.
Fun.
Because she's asleep. We'll lay her in there with us. When she wakes up, we'll be in there. They sleep when they sleep. You gotta learn that.
I have to stay up and do this.
Have fun.
But I've learned when y'all lay her in there with you, when she gets up, y'all don't get up. She just leaves the room.
Same thing, man. When he gets up, you don't get up.
I'm working on it.
So are we. Squid
So
Pro
am
roll.
I.
Yeah, but you've had.
Roll for sanity.
Oh,
Suicidal mania and multiple personality. I'm just fucked in the head, aren't I? I snagged these off of Etsy. These are really dope. Yeah, just a sec. I'm gonna show them off real quick. These are my insanity dice that I got off of Etsy. I don't remember the name of the people that make them, but you can find them on there. We use them in Call of Cthulhu. Not all the time, but sometimes I like to ramp up the tension by making the players roll their own sanity. So these are pretty dope. They got
so
nice
these
little
are for when
artwork.
you have a bout of insanity, you roll to see what it is?
Yeah,
You only roll one in the game, though, right?
depending.
On how bad it is.
Mm-hmm.
Babbling and an eating disorder. That fits me very fucking well.
Oh shit! What you get? Panic disorder, physical hysterics. So yeah, these are pretty. These are pretty
That's
boss.
a good one. What is your favorite bout of insanity that has happened in one of our games?
I'm gonna say
21.
for me it's a tie
Okay.
between Annie going nuts around fire and you going from fuck the cult to praise Dagon.
Yeah, I did a complete 180.
She started having to protect the deep ones. It was lovely. She got gunned down by her own party. But luckily, someone still had over 30 luck left. We played Pulp. I'll
Mine's...
do normal 7th edition if it's like a one shot and I
Yeah.
want the risk to be super high. But if we're doing a long campaign and I want you guys to survive to the end, then normally use Pulp.
I would say mine is Annie's, but not about how she reacted around fire. When she had that bout of insanity and then she come out of it not knowing what the fuck was going on. We were literally...
Mid-run.
She was running, fire was blazing all around, and she looks at me as we're running and goes, "Why are we running?"
Bitch! That's how it went. Dead fucking serious reenactment right there. Like, she's Annie, I'm her. Go again.
Why are we running? Bitch!
Annie laughed just like that, too. It was great.
It was fucking awesome.
I died.
Did the whole arm swing and everything.
She's like,
What about you, Dwayne?
I don't think I ever had a problem with any of those. But
Oh,
yeah,
that's
you
right.
have. When we were in the haunting, when you guys shot up the police station,
Oh.
the haunted house scenario, that was called Cthulhu. I had you roll these a couple of times, actually.
I don't remember.
Of course not.
Because you were insane.
Exactly.
Faint.
Faint, I think you got that one, actually. Did you get this one? Nope. Panic disorder again. He didn't get that one. But, yeah. So I ran the haunting. It was the second time I've run this, because I've actually ran it twice now. But I ran it with him. Who else was in it?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Do you remember the last one I got?
Yeah.
So
Stay the
first,
fuck away from my couch.
so first I got eating disorder, right? Strange eating.
Stay the fuck away from my couch.
I'm
But you're gonna end up on my strange addiction.
Whoa.
I love eating couch cushions.
These cigarette butts look mighty tasty.
I've had to eat them.
Oh,
Full cigarettes.
yeah,
Ugh,
same.
it's not fun.
It really isn't.
Anyways,
Catch
moving on. No.
Start choking on
You
the
don't want to.
filters.
You will vomit hardcore. You're gonna look like those guys from the Rick and Morty game that were puking up the fucking the yellow ooze.
What's bad is when the filters get caught in your throat and they're all dry and you're...
And the tobacco just burns.
Right.
And like you gotta have a drink on hand.
Uh-huh.
And I was outside. I didn't have a drink on hand.
You know our parents are watching this going, uh-huh, I remember.
Love you, Dad. Anyways.
Love you guys.
So, fuck, what was I talking about?
Throwing up and vomiting?
Insanity.
Yeah,
Oh.
the haunting. So, basically, the players have to investigate this haunted house, right? That's the gist of it. Pretty simple. It's an introductory adventure. You can get it for free in the Quick Start rules. You can download the PDF. It was actually the first adventure I ever ran. Great fucking adventure. These guys ruined it. It was him, Vic,
And
AJ.
No, it was just me and Vic.
No.
And wasn't it?
Yep, AJ was there. And I think Rob popped in at the last, like, half hour.
And Chase. Yeah.
Yeah. And basically, they figure out what's going on. They take care of the fucking thing. They fucking solve the adventure. And then promptly get arrested and have a shootout at the police station. Murdering all the cops. Going to the docks. Stealing a boat. And dipping the fuck off. I have no clue what the fuck I'm going to do with that. That's going to have to stay a one-shot. That's the end of the story for those characters. They got away. That's the end. Bittersweet. That movie needs no sequel.
Trying to do one would just be ruining it.
Blasphemy. There are some things that don't need sequels.
Like It Chapter 2?
Yeah, if I swear to God,
They're talking
heard
about it.
I've heard people say that, but I think it's bullshit. There's no need or excuse to try to do an It Chapter 3.
What would they even do?
Nothing. That's the thing. It would have to be a prequel, and I'm sorry, I'm not gonna pay to see that because it's not based on anything
not like
Stephen
they can
King
do-
actually did.
It's not like they can do the Losers Club's kids because they all done moved the fuck off.
I'm
They
just
destroyed
and
it.
Pennywise is dead. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sorry, but I've seen sequels to Stephen King movies that Stephen King didn't make sequels for, and they suck.
It's because Stephen King's not a part of it.
Yeah. So
They
I'll
take
stick
his
with
idea and run with
I'll
it.
stick with shit actually based off his work instead of shit that someone just slapped his fucking name on for no reason.
Have you seen Gerald's Game?
Not yet. But I've seen the trailers and the reviews.
It's a
and
mind
badass.
fuck.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer. Like the Midnight Man, or isn't it the Moonlight Man? The fucking creepy, deformed dude. Yeah. He's like, you're not real. Jeez. And the fucking wrist flesh thing. Oh.
And the dog.
Oh, yeah, he's fucking gnawing at it. Oh.
I watched that with our parents actually.
Yeah.
It is damn good.
I watched Desperation for the first time with
Isn't that the one with the dude with the cracked face?
Yeah.
Ah, I like
fucking
that one.
Tack. Who was it? Ron Perlman. Is the shit.
There is a movie.
I'm just going on record as saying Perlman is the man Pearl in every cinematic oyster he's in.
Matches his name, huh? There's a movie, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it is. But this guy gets arrested, and he's sitting in this jail cell in this town, right? And he's like, he knows everyone's darkest secrets, and he's like drawing them out and shit. Like the sheriff cop dude is gay, and he lures these young guys in, sleeps with them, and kills them. And
I don't know.
I cannot for the life of me remember what it is. I don't know if the guy who was in the jail cell is supposed to be like the devil or what. Dad, if you're watching this, because I watched it with y'all, let me know what that is.
I don't know.
Just going on record with that. So what next?
You know what I would like to do?
What?
I would like to find a real good horror movie that none of y'all have ever seen.
I don't like scary movies.
I know.
I do.
I'm a little scary cat.
I know. And watch it over and over.
And base a campaign on it.
And no, not a campaign, a one shot. Just run an adventure with the basic storyline, the basic plot line, not even what had just the basic outline of it based off of this movie, and see how it runs.
I'll tell you what, because I like to actually, read synopsises on shit. Well, I can't read the synopsis, but because I like horror shit, I will
You
help
can read the synopsis, just you can't read like Cliff Notes.
Right. I can help you make a list of ones that I know I haven't seen. We can sit down and at session 0, after we're done, make sure find out of those the ones that nobody else has seen either, and you can pick out of that.
Have any of you seen Annihilation?
I have not.
I know
What is
he
that one
hasn't.
about?
Where's that box I threw the DVD cases in?
Oh, fuck. I don't know what box you
Is
filming.
it? No.
Check over by the hockey table on the floor.
And do
You
a
know
flip.
what a horror movie I really want to see? And it from what I've heard about it and read about it, it's very underrated. It's that one you were watching the review on today, Orphan.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I want to see that so
You ain't seen it? It's
No.
so old.
I've seen
There,
a bunch
Sister
of
the Chip box on the floor.
I've seen a bunch of like top 5 scary movies and shit talk about it,
Yeah.
but I haven't actually watched it yet, and I really want to.
It's a
It
great
sounds
movie.
fucking awesome. You know they're making a prequel to it now?
Yeah. Orphan First Kill. Annihilation. There's your synopsis. I can't describe
Holy
it.
shit, Natalie Portman?
Yeah. She's a hoe. Well, I'm sorry. Her character is a hoe.
Shall I read it out loud?
You can if you want. She's a great fucking movie. Her character is
She's
a
a
great
great movie.
person, and she's a badass, but she's a hoe. She cheats on her military husband while he's
course.
on the duty.
Dang, that's
Alright,
sad.
from
She's
the
a hoe.
director of Ex Machina comes a new sci-fi classic. Biologist and former soldier Lena is shocked when her missing husband comes home near death from a top-secret mission into the Shimmer, a mysterious quarantine zone no one has ever returned from. Now Lena and her elite team must enter a beautiful, deadly world of mutated landscapes and creatures to discover how to stop the growing phenomenon that threatens all life on Earth. Experience this visually stunning film critics hail as a bold and innovative thriller. This sounds like it could be Lovecraftian.
It is. Does it sound like something you would want to play in?
Yes. Of course, with my own character, but not as Natalie Portman.
Picture of it. Oh, no. Not on the case. I don't see it. You see this crocodile?
Yeah.
It has shark teeth.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know what would be a very fucking awesome
Put that back on.
basis for a game, Cthulhu one shot?
What?
The Shining.
Couldn't do that.
Why?
Everyone's seen it.
Well, I
I
they
haven't.
would be fucking awesome though.
I wouldn't be able to come up with anything of my own that could rival that. So I basically, like with stuff like that, I don't want to copy and paste it, but I want to take the basic aspect and tone from it, and I wouldn't be able to do that with something that
Beef it up a little bit.
that everyone is already they got an idea of what, you know what I mean?
Like you couldn't do like Insidious or something like that because
Right.
everybody knows what it is.
I can do The Void. You seen The Void?
What's it about?
It's a Lovecraft movie. Well, it's not based on a Lovecraft story, but if you watch it, there's no doubt it's Lovecraft.
You could do that Nick Cage one.
Color Out of Space. I thought about that. I really, really have. Because no one in our group other than me has seen it, and I've seen it like 3 times. It is like, to date, my favorite Nick Cage movie.
If you are going to do that though, I need you to let me know ahead of time so I don't watch it because I want to watch it. But if you're gonna do that, then I need to wait to watch it till after we play.
Yeah. Until further notice, wait.
Okay. Damn it.
Just so everyone knows, my favorite actor of all time is Nicolas Cage. My favorite movie of his so far is Color Out of Space.
I love Nick Cage.
Nick Cage is the shit. Nick Cage.
Ghost Rider was good.
I have both of them.
I didn't like the second one.
I didn't either, but I have it because it's Nick Cage.
I started watching it and it seemed so cheesy, I just turned it off.
They changed a bunch of shit and added a bunch of shit. It's just
Who was it that was in the first one with Nick Cage? The dude from the cemetery. What was it?
Sam Elliott.
Yes.
You know who was in the second one?
Who?
Idris Elba.
Really?
Yeah. He was an
Are you
alcoholic
serious?
monk.
This is gonna be a recurring
Yep.
thing.
He's passing out on camera. Do you need to go lay down, buddy?
No.
I think you do.
This is gonna be a recurring thing, is him passing out and refusing to tap out.
We've got like another half hour.
He said, oh shit.
Oh shit. Luckily this time you won't have as much to cut out.
Right?
Because we haven't had to stop a whole lot.
That's mainly doing part. They've got him, so I don't have to worry about jumping up every 30 seconds like I did last
you
time.
might only have to spend a couple of hours editing.
That would be nice.
It would.
Which I plan on staying up until it's done either way. Oh, like all that I'm gonna have to cut out.
Like, I always thought how dope it'd be to play in a game that's like The Mist.
Yes, I would fucking play that. Just saying. I would play that. I would. I swear to God, I would throw everything out the window and play that.
And I could run it even if people seen it or not, because it's not really a mystery, it's more of a survival game. The whole
And
point is
you don't
to
really
survive.
know what all is out there. You only see a
Exactly.
couple of things.
Like, the whole point of doing it is just to survive.
Hmm.
See how long before we have a TPK? Oh, shit.
You ever seen the show Once Upon a Time?
No. I've heard about it. I've seen clips. I've never actually watched it. Doesn't sound like something I'd be interested in.
Okay, so do you plan to ever watch it?
Probably not.
Okay. Well, for those of you who haven't seen it, Once Upon a Time is basically
Spoiler alert.
right. A bunch of fairy tales are real, and it follows like it's got Snow White and the
Rumpelstiltskin
Seven
is a
Dwarfs. It's got
villain.
Rumpelstiltskin, the Evil Queen. It's got fucking Elsa and Anna and Kristoff,
And the
and
bitch from Brave.
yep, it's got the Wicked Witch of the West, Captain Hook, and Peter Pan. Which they swap them around in the show. Captain Hook's the good guy, Peter Pan's evil. So in one season they bring in Dr. Jekyll, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Guess who plays Mr. Hyde?
Who?
The fucking soldier guy from The Mist.
Oh, the one that killed?
The one that had the love thing going
That they
on.
feed to the
Yeah.
beast? Yeah, shit.
His girlfriend got fucking punctured in the neck.
Yeah, she got stung by a scorpion fly.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
He plays Mr. Hyde.
Damn.
Oh,
Gotta
and,
be better than the fucking League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
And in The Mist, the woman who rushed out of the store at the very beginning to get home to her kids plays Carol in The Walking Dead.
Oh, did you ever see the Mist TV show?
I started watching it, but I never got to finish it, but I loved it.
I finished the first season. I don't think they're making a second season. I think it got canceled.
I never got to finish it. It was fucking cool, though.
It's
What scene really got to
fucking
me?
dope.
Spoiler alert. When they was in the hospital, and the dude was on the gurney, and the fucking leeches fall from the ceiling, and they start attacking his fucking wounds and shit. Oh, that fucked with me.
The fucking
Worse than fucking Stand By Me did.
the shit coming out his back.
Oh.
Ugh.
That, to me, was the equivalent of when I was a kid and I watched The Mummy and saw the scarab beetles under the dude's
Yeah.
skin.
That shit always fucked with me. Look,
Right.
I'm itching now.
I know! Did you see the remake of The Mummy?
I won't watch it
Why?
because Tom Cruise is in it.
What you got against Cruise?
I hate that motherfucker with a passion. Everyone knows this. Tom Cruise can lick my taint.
I'm gonna end up having to cut all this out because none of it has to do with RPG.
No, you're not. You're killing time.
What, Bob?
Do you know what the rating boards are in front of
There should be a pack in me and Mom's room.
Yeah, I just gave Peyton a pack.
Well, I think she ran out.
Honey, it was a whole pack. There's no way she ran out.
Ask her.
You.
That I will have to cut out.
Yes.
Okay. You got any topic questions for us, Nitro?
Let me think. We've covered quite a few. What is the one player type, like archetype, that players fall into that you just cannot stand at the table?
Murder hobos.
Rob?
Yeah, and when I say that, I mean when you're playing an actual campaign and they want to act like it's a dungeon crawl hack and slash.
And just run through and kill everything?
Yeah, like when you're sitting there and you have to investigate something and you're trying to get information out of someone, they're like, I slit their throat. Dude,
And then they go,
how the
"You're
fuck are we
welcome."
gonna get our information?
You're welcome.
That pisses me off. What about you?
Let's get him first before he passes out on us.
I'm tired.
What,
Bye.
I was going to go in, but first I had to knock on the door, and I think my mom locked the door, and she's asleep.
Locked what door?
Your guys' door.
And she's asleep. I'll be right back. Get his. Explain to him the question because I don't think he fully understands.
Like,
Okay.
like I knocked on the door, and I said, "Mom," and I hear one.
Okay. So the question is, what is one type of player like that you cannot stand during a game? Like somebody who overthinks every
Bro,
scenario.
the people that flip and throw a fit and like get mad and like
over things that happen in a game.
Yes, like
Yeah.
those stuff, right? And be people like, oh yeah, just a game.
Like yeah, like when you're playing, you're supposed to get into it, yes,
Yeah,
but you're
but you're
not supposed to get
like,
so
go
into
up
it
it.
that you get mad over every little
Exactly.
thing. That's a good one. I like that.
Like if you're gonna get mad, don't even play, bro. So what's the point? Like,
Right. Like yeah, it's like he said in the last episode. You know, take it serious when it needs to be taken
Yes.
serious. But I mean, it's a game. Have fun.
yes.
While we wait on him, what is your biggest pet peeve that the DM does?
What's that?
Huh?
What's that?
Like what's the biggest thing that gets on your nerves that the DM does during a game?
Trying to think. Like when you ask him a question and doesn't answer it because he like I don't know how to explain it, but
Like being super vague?
yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Well, while we were waiting on you, I brought up a second question, so you have two questions to answer.
Okay.
He answered the first one that you asked, and then I asked, while we're waiting.
Well, hang on. What was his answer to that before you tell me that?
People that get mad like over nothing, but like they really pick up something and throw it. Like bro.
Rage monster.
Yes, yes.
Brother.
And then what was your thing?
I asked him, like, while we're waiting, what's your biggest pet peeve that the DM does during a
Oh
game?
shit. And what'd he say?
When we ask you a question and your answer is like super fucking vague and not helpful at all.
Yeah.
I do that on purpose.
I know. So we need your answer to both of those, and then I'll answer the second one.
No, I'm always last.
Okay, well,
Answer
you
the
still
second
need to
one.
answer the
I
first
will,
one.
but you gotta answer the second one first.
Alright. Let's see. That is a tough one. Because there's so many. Let's
Don't make
see.
me get the sand timer out.
Right. Biggest pet peeve the DM does during a game is, well, I was gonna say the same thing as he did, and then I remembered he just said that.
Yeah, you gotta pick a new one.
Yeah. Okay. When you do something, right, that completely fucks us over with that malicious grin, like you know what you're doing, and then when we go, what the fuck? You just like, I didn't do it. The dice did it.
It's not me.
But you're purposefully rubbing it in because that's the moment where you're like, you know what, you fucked me over this whole game. I'm gonna get a little revenge, and then you get to blame it on the dice because you're just playing what the other characters are doing.
I gotta do what they tell me to do. It's not my fault.
Alright, your turn for both.
Alright. Number one, is steamrollers. People that just fucking talk over everybody and play over everybody. Number two, I wouldn't know. I'm a forever DM.
Except you've played before.
Yeah, years ago.
Okay, so like your buddy DL or Nexus or someone has DM'd, what's something that they've done that's aggravated you?
When they assume what I'm going to do without giving me a chance to decide.
This is fair. That is annoying.
It is. He's like, all right, you walk up here, and I was like, whoa, 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 who the fuck said I was walking anywhere? Maybe I wanted to check out this obelisk some more.
Right. Alright, what's something that aggravates you as a DM that players do?
Sidebars. My number one. Because it prevents us from hitting all the things I wanted to hit that day.
Yeah.
And if we do manage to hit it, it's because we kept playing until 2, 3 o'clock in the fucking morning.
He dead ass got him some nuggets and fries.
Mm-hmm.
That's some.
Got some fries and nuggets.
He said, I'm gonna eat to stay awake.
He be feasting on them fries and nuggets.
Bro, now you're making me want to go heat up my food.
Fan, fries and nuggets.
Yes.
Chicken nugget, biscuit nugget, and a biscuit
What?
nugget, biscuit nugget, and a
What?
biscuit nugget, biscuit
You're talking
nugget,
about
and a
him.
biscuit. Dip it all in mashed potatoes.
I'm gonna go heat up my food while you come up with a topic question.
Alright.
Booty and
Actually,
hot pockets.
have him come up with one. He never does.
He's not gonna. Except
I'm eating.
booty and hot pockets. That's
I'm
what he
eating.
just said.
He said, I'm eating.
He's eating booty and hot pockets.
Yes, sorry.
So. What?
I put a little bit of hot sauce in here. With the honey mustard and ranch.
It's a culinary channel now. This is his recipe. It's called Stoyan's Secret Sauce. You don't want to know what the surprise is. It's spit. Are you trying to hang off camera while you're laughing? Here, wait. Let me fix that. Oh, shit. So, yeah, we got a bunch of fucking campaigns coming up here. I'm going to go ahead and grab the next 4 campaigns I've got planned. Hurry up, sister.
I'm here.
Okay, I have a topic.
Ooh. And you brought the books out.
We are going to talk a little briefly about the next 4 campaign books that I have planned.
Oh, yeah.
In the order that I plan on us running them. Are we ready?
Oh,
Hold
yeah.
on, time out. Time out. Wait a minute.
He said, "Let me get a drink and prepare myself." Don't mind us just chowing down.
I don't. Thanks.
Go ahead. You're welcome. I'm not spit on that. I'm just
Yummy.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
That puckered my butthole. Shit. Kind of dry.
Still good though. Chicken nuggets to chicken nugget.
I feel that. So, the next campaign we have planned is Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Just got this book recently, $50 book, on Amazon. And this is basically a campaign that takes place in the Feywild. I believe this is the very first Feywild campaign 5th edition has ever had.
Go down.
And
Go down.
if my sources are correct, Chris Perkins worked 11 years on this book.
Damn. Go
So,
down, you do.
This is going to be kind of like D&D meets Alice in Wonderland for us. Here, I'll read the synopsis on the back. I'm really excited about this one. It starts off at a carnival. So, once every 8 years, the fantastic Witchlight Carnival touches down on your world, bringing joy to the settlement, to one settlement after the next. Its owners, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, know how to put on a good show, but there's more to this magical extravaganza than meets the eye. The carnival is a gateway to the fantastic Feywild domain, unlike anything found on the material plane. Time has not been kind to this realm, however, and dark days lie ahead unless someone can thwart the dastardly schemes of the Hourglass Coven.
Ooh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, Wild Beyond the Witchlight, we're really looking forward to this one. Alright, after that, we're jumping right back into Pulp Cthulhu with the Two-Headed Serpent. Now, this one I've been looking forward to. I've been wanting to do this one for like 3 years now. So, I watched Seth Skorkowski do an entire fucking series on this campaign. Get and subscribe to Seth Skorkowski. He's fucking awesome. Hashtag not sponsored.
Ha 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 ha.
It's like the running thing now. It's hashtag not sponsored.
Excuse me.
So, this one is basically you're working for this aid organization named Caduceus, and you're basically going to like different war zones and giving medical aid and shit like that. And you have to uncover this serpent person conspiracy. Yeah, Calcutta, Borneo,
Damn.
like a bunch of fucking places. And it's basically you have to stop the end of the world. After that, I want to do this one, which I actually don't know a lot about, except it's another globe-spanning campaign.
Is it Yogg-Sothoth?
It is Shadows of Yogg-Sothoth. Globe-spanning campaign to save mankind. Let's see. It sounds like someone's trying to wake up Cthulhu, basically.
Again?
Again.
What are they
Always.
not trying to wake up Cthulhu?
Always. So let's see. This is like super old school. Look at this.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Like, look at the artwork. Super old school.
Oh, yeah.
So,
You put a lot of hot sauce on this time, brother.
you're welcome.
Okay.
Holy shit, yeah. This book was published in 04. This campaign was originally published in 82.
Holy shit.
So this is,
We throwing it back for that
yeah,
one.
this is a relic. We're going motherfucking old school with it for this one. Let's see. So,
My chicken fell out.
the Hermetic Order of the Silver Twilight, Look to the Future, the Coven of Kanich, Devil's Canyon, The Worm That Walks, The Watchers of Easter Island, and The Rise of Rillier. Those are the chapters. Let me.
I take it each chapter is an adventure, not a session.
Probably. That's how Two-Headed Serpent's laid out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Cthulhu boss. I don't know why they call it Shadows of Yogg-Sothoth, though. If Yogg-Sothoth doesn't make an appearance, I'm going to be pissed. That's all I know, because I bought a mini of Yogg-Sothoth just to go
The
with
fit
that book.
specifically for that.
Yes. And then after that, we'll be jumping back into D&D with one that has been highly recommended to me by multiple people, yet we've never actually played yet, which is Curse of Strahd.
Tried to play it.
Yeah, Nexus was supposed to run it, and we got like a session in, and he quit because of reasons. But, vampire campaign, so should be fun. Anyone watching this that is not a green newbie to D&D knows about Curse of Strahd. If you haven't played it, you've at least heard of it. It's very popular.
I haven't heard of it. I won't play that.
It is a vampire.
You have heard of it. We've talked about it a lot.
Oh, okay.
This is Strahd von Zarovich. He's the main bad guy. And
Wait, so if
basically,
we wanted to, we can play a vampire?
no.
Can we
You
turn into a
could
vampire?
be turned, yeah. But basically you go to his little village and you're trapped there for the whole campaign. Until you defeat him.
Definitely not doing what I did though when Nexus tried to run it.
Gobble, gobble.
I split the party, and it was like 2 a.m. And I got lost trying to find the village that I was supposed to go to. So I was knocking on people's doors at like 2 a.m. asking for directions, wondering why they were slamming doors in my face.
She's not the brightest.
Well, Hoodoo,
I'm
if you
better.
start humping that cover, bro. Maybe we should all the way underneath the table just to grab a fry.
What?
The fry was like right here. He had to go through all of that and then stretch just to grab a french fry.
Damn.
Cheesecake is better.
See what I mean? Dang it, he stopped. This is a fun
Who
time.
to go at? Alright, anything else we want to touch on?
Can you give us like a teaser taste of what to expect in Witchlight? Or something we can be excited for in it?
Not without giving too much more away. I've done giving you a lot of info.
That's fair.
I mean, not just here, but before now, too. We've talked about it quite extensively.
Right.
But now, without going into too much more detail about the storyline and shit, I can't, no.
So, out of those campaigns you just mentioned, which one are you most excited for?
Two-Headed Serpent. Then Witchlight.
Just playing.
What about you?
Excuse me.
That's not a campaign.
Same answer, but reverse it. Witchlight, then Two-Headed Serpent.
What about you? Out of all those books, which one are you most excited about?
It's between the vampire thing and that's what's like.
Danish.
I mean,
Dane-ish.
He smashed Dane's face.
I thought you meant. I thought you should say something else.
Well, I guess that's it for tonight. So, tune in next week where we will start to break down our first Call of Cthulhu campaign. And until then, whoop whoop.